Thank you to MCA Records. That's going back a ways. We're pulling that out, and we are doing that because we are interviewing the voice that was right out front. And Terry McBride is joining us ahead of his show at Third and Lindsley. How are you, Terry?
Devon, it's so nice to see you again.
Oh, it's good to see you too. And I want to tell you, I could go back and play any of your acoustic versions of that. Your voice, what do you do? What did you do to save your voice? Because you guys kept the roads high. You've never stopped. You have never stopped.
Well, thanks. I'm in fairly good shape. I think I learned a lot. As we get older and you want to stick around, you learn a few things. So taking care of myself is one of those I've been trying to do. And we've done a lot of singing, talking. When we get together, the band, it's just like we pick up where we left off. We've always been friends. That's never been an issue. So when we get back together, and we even have our original steel guitar player, Gary Morris, who plays with Brooks and Dunn, but he played with us for 3 or 4 years out on the road. We love Gary. He's here. I'm in my little home studio rehearsal place. So we've got stuff on the other side of here. Is a lot of stuff, and we've been recording this week. So yeah, I've been trying to take care of myself, and I'm a talker, so it's a hard thing when you get everybody together. We're having so much fun, but yeah, it's good. This thing about us, everybody still looks pretty good. We all still sing, and the guys still play great. I'm the one that's had to really practice. I don't play bass like I used to, and I'm, even though I'm the lead singer, I'm the bass player in the band. So but it's been fun. Even in the studio, it really kind of made us dig in and, go back to those days when we used to rely on our skills as musicians, but sure been a lot of fun. I really appreciate you wanting to have us on. Thank you.
Are you kidding me? I mean, your songs are like the soundtrack. And I always love, Jason Aldean did not discover Amarillo's High. Let's talk about that.
He discovered our version of it.
Yeah, I knew that version of it.
Well, those guys are pretty kind. They said they love that version that we had, and we thought it was a hit. We just couldn't get our label to agree, and so it ended up getting into and going to them. But Jason's had so many hits, I don't even think he does it anymore. So we still do it. We like playing it,
Absolutely. The harmonies, let's shout out to Ray Herndon and to Billy Thomas. Billy, you see, playing drums for the Time Jumpers every Monday night at Third and Lindsley.
Oh, yeah.
And then, and Ray has been a bar owner. I mean, he's got that family club in New Mexico. Is it New Mexico, right?
Well, it's in Scottsdale, Arizona.
It's Arizona. I knew it was one of those Western states. So
that's where Ray's born and raised out there. Yeah, it's like the world famous Handlebar J. It's a fantastic neighborhood, honky tonk. His dad was a band member there in the 50 years ago, and ended up owning and buying the place. He passed away, Ray's father. Then his mom, Gwen, ran it for another 40 years. And now Ray has taken it over. He owns it. And it's a lot of work, but, he plays there several times a week. Ray's been playing with Lyle Lovett since 1983. And when I met Ray, they came to the Paramount Theater in Austin, Texas, where I was living. And that's how I met. Tony Brown put us together, and said, I want you to meet this guy. Billy was playing with Emmylou Harris. He said, I want you to meet Billy, and Steve Fischel at the time was the other member. He went on to be a producer, and he was a busy guy at the time. And so ended up being
pretty good steel player on his own right.
Pretty dang good steel player and a great guy. I stayed with he and his wife, Tracy, when I first moved up here. Stayed with them. We rehearsed in his basement, and trying to put this idea together of maybe having a band, for MCA. And Tony Brown's coming out to hear us tonight. He's gonna introduce the band tonight.
That's brilliant. Oh my gosh. It's so exciting. I'm going to do a show with Tony coming up in not too long. I just want to sit and just let him tell stories because he's got them.
It's unbelievable. His career is just no one can match what he was able to do during his run here in Nashville. He's still doing things, but I mean, think about the 90s, Devon, as you well remember. He had his finger on the pulse of Nashville. I mean, it was everybody from Reba to Marty Stewart to Vince Gill to Patty to Steve Warner. I mean, everybody that I loved, coming up, Lyle Lovett's records. Steve Earle. it just goes on and on. Then later George, and oh my gosh, he's just unbelievable what he's accomplished.
So much. Well, speaking of accomplishments, you have your McBride and the Ride days, you have your Terry McBride days, and now the band is back together. You're on stage, but you're also in the studio again.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Yeah, we were able to wrangle Chuck Ainley, who's a legendary, big time engineer from Mark Knopfler, Dire Straits to you name it. I mean, his list goes on and on. It's unbelievable. He's working on Lyle's new record too, but he also was the engineer for our very first record. So we thought, how cool to come full circle with Chuck. And we did a cool thing this week. We recorded over at Peter Frampton's studio, which it didn't suck a bit, and that was a lot of fun. So, yeah, it's good to know people, Devon, you know?
True that. It is so cool. You know what? You are a walking miracle, too. I got to tell you, and I don't know if you want to talk about it, and I'll move on, but when people get on a motorcycle, things can be dangerous. And I remember just my heart just sank because I was on the air with Jerry and they said, oh my God, Terry's been in a really bad motorcycle accident.
Yeah.
That was a huge recovery time from that, wasn't it?
Oh, it was. Unfortunately, it's the downside, really the only downside for me to riding motorcycles. I loved it. You know, I rode for almost 30 years. I started riding in high school, had buddies that had dirt bikes like everybody does. You get the bug early and it's so much fun. It's the ultimate convertible, you know? I mean, I loved it. I had that bike for 10 years, a big heritage Harley. You know, I just spent 2 days detailing it. All black and chrome. It was kind of what I did on this. It was one of my hobbies. You know, I love taking care of it. I love tweaking it, adding things, taking things off. Just fun, you know. And I had cars back then too. I have none of that stuff now. But unfortunately, I was on my way to a session that day. It was a beautiful day, and I was working with Marv Green, great songwriter.
Yeah.
And so I thought I was going to take my time. I'm going to go down Franklin Road. I'm just going to enjoy the day. And I didn't make it barely to Brentwood before someone didn't see me coming, you know, and they just pulled out in front of me. I hit them going 45 miles an hour. And it just, it was a head-on collision. It threw me 80 feet, you know. And so during that process, I landed on my head. Fortunately, I had a helmet, but it damaged a lot of things. And it was just a, unfortunate situation for everybody. I mean, the woman that hit me, it changed her life. She thought she'd kill me. It knocked me unconscious. I never came to while I was there, and literally woke up in the ambulance going down I-65. And when I came to, I had no clothes on. I had some morphine going in me, but I realized something bad had happened, you know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Literally just a miracle to be here. A reminder to everybody, if you're a motorcycle enthusiast, wear your helmet.
Yeah, and you guys...
You had your gear on. You had your gear. You had leathers on, didn't you, or something?
No, I had nothing, unfortunately. T-shirt and blue jeans, and it just chewed me up because of it, you know. And they thought, I'm very fortunate, like you said. They thought it was, a head trauma because I didn't come to, so that's not a good sign. But actually, it just broke some things, dislocated some things, and damaged some internal things. But a few months later, it's amazing what your body can take, and take a licking and keep on ticking, like they used to say. But I'm very fortunate. I worked really hard to come back. My fingers and the hands and shoulders and arms and all that good stuff. It scared my family pretty bad, and unfortunately, it totaled my motorcycle, which was really a drag. And so I thought that's a sign, I guess. I mean, I think about it all the time, but city driving is tough. I got in situations many times where I could tell people didn't see me about to hit me. I could always see it coming. This was just so blatant. I couldn't. It was for whatever reason. It was just happened too quickly for me to react.
Well, even with a Harley, loud pipes save lives, and they can't see you, they can hear you. But
I had the straight pipes. I was pretty obnoxious. That bike was pretty obnoxious, but
And even with that, things can happen. And we are just grateful that you were here. And that's what makes tonight's performance at Third and Lindsley and the comeback even bigger, because there's so many things that are coming up. If you take a look, there's your ticket link, thirdandlindsley.com. If you want to go get tickets, I encourage you to get them in advance.
Yeah, we got a big crowd coming. I think there's still some tickets available, but we have a lot of people. Our guest list can almost fill the room up, so get them quick.
Oh, incredible. And of course, McBrideandtheride.com is how you can find out information about you guys. We can go back full screen. I'm grateful for your time here today.
Oh, I was looking forward to this.
Can you please, as soon as you get the new music, as soon as you get new video or whatever, I'd love to talk to all three of you again. Will you come back and visit?
Oh, that would be great. I was hoping to have Ray. He had to go return a rental car. We're scrambling today. We've got the crew coming over, about to load up stuff. And then, then we're heading on to Kentucky tomorrow. And then Saturday night, we're with John Michael Montgomery. We toured with John a lot in the 90s. So it's kind of a reunion for us and with him as well. We had a lot of great shows back in the day with him, and some fun things that happened along that period of time too. So this whole little journey for us has just been great. We love getting back together and playing. It wasn't any one person. We didn't have to force anybody to do it, which is great.
Everybody, there is right now, I think we've had just enough. I mean, people have complained about some of the current situations in country music or whatever. I don't ever complain, because I always say there's always a great reckoning. There's always good music. Just look for it. But I will tell you that there's always the snapback. And the 90s seem to be the snapback. People will go, oh my God, I remember that. And I will say, I'm going to bring somebody else on right now. Justin, come on. We're sitting here, both buddy. Justin, whenever we started playing that song,
how's it going? Hi.
You immediately responded to the sound. It's like, oh my God.
Yes, I knew it immediately. Yeah, I was pretty impressed with myself. Not because it's an older song. Just I never know songs really. Like when I hear that one.
You had to be about 2 when that song came out, Justin. How old are you?
I'm 26.
Well, it's so cool. This music, we have the original fans, then we have the children of the original fans, and then we have a young scene that's just curious about this 90s thing, so we love it. We love it, and we do our best to play those songs just like they were back in the day. If you come and see us tonight, if you didn't see us in the 90s, you're going to see the same set. I mean, almost exactly, maybe a couple songs different, but we're just sort of recreating that experience that not only we had from as the playing and singing side of it, but for the fans too. They all have those songs they like, and they're letting us know some of them we're not doing, so we're going to have to add a couple along the way. But that's what it's all about. I could play songs I've written, but it's not about that. It's about McBride and the Ride, those 3-part harmonies and those songs that people loved back in the day, and then it's us doing them as best as we can when you come and see us play. And like I said, what the guys play and sing so good. It's just fun for us, and the fans feed off of that, and we love it. And it's just so much fun.
It's absolutely
huge fan, man. That was awesome. Like Dev said, as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh.
He was singing every word, and that's the beauty of
singing. Is I don't know about it.
It's just incredible, and I'm so glad that you're back. And thank you so much for your time, Terry. Just much.
I knew this would be fun, so thank you so much. And let me know. We'll do this again, and maybe the new music will be a good opportunity for us to come back and visit.
Absolutely. And we'll just virtual wherever the boys are at the time. We'll just have everybody linked in. We'll have a big old, it'll look like the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, we'll do it. That'll be great. Yeah, Ray's still out in Scottsdale. Billy's here, of course, and he can come over here and join me. We've done that sort of thing before, and they enjoy that as well. They'd love to see you guys too. So thank you so much. Have a great day, and look forward to seeing everybody tonight.
All right. Take care, Terry.
See ya.